main.tf. Okay. So let's see this code. I think you can easily understand. And before that, let me configure the keys. Okay. See this code. I'm creating a instance and a key name. I'm giving this. This key is for public or private key? For server reference. That's what I'm creating a server with this key, public key. To connect this server, which key I should use? Private key plus SSH protocol, right or not? Are you able to understand this connection block? Connection block is for what? Type is SSH. User is Ubuntu. Private key path. Host means self.public IP. Self.public is nothing but server IP. Okay? Self.public IP means the self-service public IP. Self-server public IP. I don't know at this time public IP of the server, right? That's what self.public IP means. It will take the same public IP of the server. Or you can do one thing also. Write an output block for AWS EC2 instance. That output block you can call here. Host equal to output dot AWS instance dot server dot public IP. Also fine. So output block will print a public IP. The public IP you are calling inside the host. Also fine. Till here clear? Yes. So next one is we have a 3 provisioners. A first provisioner is local execution. So if you write a provisioner, okay, you can write anything like I'm going to create a local execution. Just you can give local execution. Oh, provisioner. So local execution. Okay, EXEC. This is local execution. If you want to write a remote execution. If you want to write a file, just give file. That's it. But how these will work, we can understand now. Okay. First one is what? Local execution. That means a local one file will create. That means touch file 500. You can give any file name you wish. Local means what? Where you are executing the script. Okay. Next. Remote means to connect a server inside the server. Inside the server, I'm executing these instructions. Inline equal to, we have to write inline equal to whatever instructions you want to give, like a EC2 user data. EC2 user data, we can give number of instructions. It will be, execute all the instructions while creating a server. This is also same. Okay, remote execution. Next is what? File provisioner. I'm going to copy the file from local to remote. File is there. Here you have to create a file, one file. This file can copy from here to remote server. Why we need to learn this concept? If you want to execute remote through Terraform, inside anything, script you want to call, local script you want to run, remote script you want to run, local Python code you want to copy paste into the server inside, we can use this concept. But provisioners concept always not recommended in real time actually. The reason simple. Now state file simply it will skip this concept. State file not gives any information post actions. Post actions, state file point of view, these three are post actions only. This is not comes under info, no resource blocks. State file will give you information, resource instance created only. We don't know whether this file executed or not. We don't know whether this file moved or not. We don't know whether this process is executed or not. Even if you run one more time, actually state file has to say that this file already exists, right? But state file won't give you information. Why? State is not tracking of post actions, server inside activities. Clear what I'm trying to say? Only it will manage, keep the things only server APIs, not inside the activities. That's what provisioners are mostly least. Okay. If in your process, in your automation process, if no other ways we couldn't find anything, at least concept we can go for provisioners. Last priority as a not a first priority. Okay, if I execute now, inside my Ubuntu server, file will create, inside this content will print. Inside my remote server, my local file copy from here to inside remote server. Local, one file will create. In this case, here what should I do? Create a one file, right? File 10. Whatever file is there, same file I'm creating here. This is file provisioner. File provisioner is what? Copy the file from local to remote. So file, I'm keeping the file into local now. This file should be copied from here to remote. After create server, one file is creating inside the remote server. The file inside data is updating inside the remote server. This is remote execution. Remote means inside EC2. Local means where you are executing this. Okay. Local provisioner create a file local, right? File 500 is created local. Two resources are going to create. One resource is key, one resource is instance, but no provisioners tracking here. Let's apply now. You should run this command inside git bash only. The reason in the provisioners, local provisioner is there, right? Local provisioner is touch command. If you run PowerShell, this will throw an error. Why? This command should run locally. This terminal inside it will run. Local command. If it is a PowerShell, touch command not accept in the PowerShell. Only git bash. Clear? Now you are able to see file 500 is created local after creation of instance. Connected, see? Only we are able to see the process here till connected only. After that it completed, but it is not showing any creating a file, updating a file, copying a file, right? So the reason stateful is not captured that actions. The the resource block should be there in the resource block or module block only it will, but these are not comes under that. Okay, post actions. Now you can see file 500 created local provisioner. Let's go and connect a server. Let me delete these 3 servers first. Yeah, one node, one server is creating running now. This is Ubuntu, huh? Ubuntu AMI I took, I think. So here, if I give ls, file 10, file 200 already there. File 10 is what? Copy provisioner. File 200 is what? Remote provisioner. Touch file 200 where remote. Remote means inside EC2 server. So this is printed, right? Let's go and check now. Cat file 200. See hello from AWS. Clear? Let's take here. Let's take any examples. Clear this is? Okay, let's run. I'll show you this local provisioner. Example 2. Okay, this is clear, right? I'm going to destroy now. Okay, mkdir day 11 provisioners. Otherwise, you can do one thing also. Okay, of course. Destroyed. Yeah, tell me now. If I run destroy this file also delete are there. The local provision file it was there or deleted. How? Command is what? How file will be destroyed? Understand the thing is given touch command only. Now you can give rm-rf file 500 run. Then it will delete. Whatever command is there, the command will execute. Touch command file will create. If I destroy, how touch command will change to rm-rf? Clear concept is here. That's what I'm saying that. These are not comes under Terraform stateful control as you expected. Remote provisioner will work. Deleted server also. Right or not? And deleted file. But if I rerun again, does stateful will give file already there? If I rerun one more time, if stateful will capture this information inside the remote, file 500 already created, file 10 already created, it should give 0 changes, right? But it won't give like that. The reason these provisioners are not tracking the stateful. In that case, it's not control of Terraform, right or not? We have to check manually. Okay, let's. Let me create a one file here inside local provisioner example. Create a one file. Main here. Okay. So if I run this, how it will work? Let's take a MID, copy, then go inside, change this. Okay, local execution, how it will work, we can see now. Okay, Terraform init next Terraform plan. Directly go for Terraform apply auto pro. What will happen now? What you observe? File created, where? File created, you are seeing this file created or not? No. See, local execution is what? So instance is creating, but I'm printing here local provisioner echo instance created and instance info.txt. That means what? Create this file and print information in this file. But file created local or remote, who will decide? Local execution will decide. Let's go and check. Instance created. Just we print something here. Echo instance created inside as a file. Local execution means create in local only. Clear? Same information, remote execution, if you want to run any commands inside the server, you can run. I think you got a clarity, right? Now, can I print public IP here in local? Clear now? See self.public IP. I want to call insert the information text. Local. Okay, let's give Terraform plan. Tell me guys, expected one is what? 0 changes or 1 change? 0 changes or 1 change? No changes. Why? State file doesn't take care this created or not. Only will take a resource block related information. Let's run now. Still no changes, but file updated. Local. Okay, while file is not updated here IP. Instance already created, right? See. Okay, creating time created, destroy time not destroyed. Clear is not clear. Why? State file is not considering this action. Now, if I apply, IP will print or not inside the txt file. Okay, see. But if you do any changes here, state file not capture. Completely ignore this. First time only it will run. Next, if you do any changes here, Terraform is not. If you do any change here, the local provisioner, any change you can do. Self.private IP, for example. It has to give one change, right, at least. But this is not change. Clear? Infrastructure inside, nothing will change if you do like this. This is for your convenient process only. So state will not capture this process. Clear now? Yeah. Let's take more example. Give more use cases. Oh, destroyed, huh? Okay. So if you can see this process, yeah. So first key is created, right? On the name of what? Task, public key. So what we can do, you can give a task into here also. My key name is task, right? If I create, if without delete, I'm saying here. So same private key you can give here. Key name only task are giving, but key name value is what? Public key. Here key value of private key is what? IDRS. You can give. Otherwise, from here also what we can do? From here also you can create a key. Copy. Clear? So yeah, key name is task, and connection point of view, this key name here no need to hard code. How to call here? AWS keypair dot example dot name, key name. Clear? Now private subnet, private key same, right? We no need to change, right? This is public key. This is private key. You are able to connect. After that, it is trying to run this command inside the your server. This is remote execution. Any questions? No track. That's what I'm saying. Whether it is, you don't know whether it is installed or not also. No track. You have to check manually only. If you want to make it as a track, we need to work with null resource. I'll tell you what is null resource. Till here clear? Local provisioner, remote provisioner, file provisioner. File provisioner is what? Move file from here to copy file from here to remote. Remote provisioner print something inside the server. Local provisioner print information remote to local. Clear? Okay. Let's go to null resource. Same concept. Okay, I need to check once. Wait. Okay. No. Already remote we have tested, right? Okay. So guys, provisioners, remote execution, local execution is there, right? Those are not tracking by stateful, right? If you want to track them, whether resource created or not, you can add a null resource. This null resource you can use Anywhere if you want to allow track is custom actions. For example, stateful is not configuring provisioning remote execution, whether created or not. But if I add into the null resource, what is null resource here? For example, S3, we have a resource block. RDS, we have a resource block. VPC, EC2, these and all cloud actions. Resource blocks are there. File upload, file delete, content upload, content delete. It's not related to AWS content, AWS resources. How to make it as a track means we are providing a null resource. There is no resource in that. You can add your content as a resource. That will track by stateful null resource also. Clear what I'm trying to say? So S3 file upload, RDS execution, EC2 private IP, EC2 inside execution. They don't know what they need to give resource block, right? Your action, your wish. So what they are saying, I will provide a null resource. You can use anywhere your custom actions. But are you able to use null resource inside S3 as S3 source? No, S3 source already there, right? EC2 resource already there, right? RDS also already there resource block. But few actions not their resource block, the few actions your wish. Those actions you can add as a resource block, null resource block. Clear what I'm trying to say? Yeah. After deploy something inside EC2 that need to be copied into S3 bucket. After deploy a user information into EC2 that need to deploy into RDS. That means here this provisioner block, if I add without null resource, before already I use, right? Remote execution, local execution. There is no control of Terraform stateful, this block. But same block, if I add inside the resource block, see now how stateful will capture this information. Clear? This is the main reason. Next, this is connection and all. What is trigger here? We'll discuss. What is trigger here? So this provisional resource block triggers when the changes are there instance information. Okay, how it will work? Let me show you. I think this process, you know, right? First, creating a key pair from my idea rsc.public, and I'm creating a policy for S3, put object, get object, list object policy. And after that, I'm creating a IAM role by adding a policy. After that, attach this role to EC2 instance. Okay. After that, I'm creating a instance profile. This guys, what is this instance profile, right? Let me show you. There is no process to attach role directly to AWS EC2 instance. Understand? Here, it will not support IAM role equal to AWS instance something. It will not support directly. If you want to add a role to instance, first you should create an IAM profile. That IAM profile you can add to EC2 instance. IAM profile, see, I'm creating IAM instance profile and adding a role there. Okay, this profile you can add as an instance. First create a permit policy, then create a role by adding a policy, then create a profile to attach a role, then attach a profile to EC2 instance. This is a process IAM series what you need to do. Use a profile, guys. If you want to attach the profile to instance through Terraform, you have to create a profile. Role we cannot attach directly to the instance through Terraform, so we have to create a profile. Okay. Huh? ఇది అర్థమైందా? ఫస్ట్ దిస్ ఇస్ క్లియర్. This is what IAM JSON policy, just creating a JSON policy for what? S3 access. Which permissions I have given? Put object, get object, list object. Which bucket this is? Only specific bucket. Clear now? What is this? Creating a role. Policy is ready, role is ready. Policy attached to role, right? Role attached to EC2 instance, right? Clear? Now you can see I'm creating a role by attaching a policy. Next is what? Sorry, I'm creating a role here. Next, attach policy to role here. And manual process is what? This role we can attach to EC2 instance. But here in Terraform, we cannot attach role directly to the instance. If you want to attach to instance, first you should create a IAM instance profile. This is resource block of instance profile. You can add role here. Then take this instance profile and add into your instance. Clear? Yeah. Bucket name already taken. I think me only. Let me add one more here. Okay, so let's go to the code. Change. We can see multiple examples. This is important, interview point of view. If you want to run a custom process, that process there is no resource block, you can create a null resource. Simple statement. If I want to create S3 bucket, null resource is required? No, S3 bucket separate resource block is there. If I want to create a file, null resource required or not? File creation, there is no resource block. Then you can use null resource like that. Okay. So I need to change here the bucket names. This is policy I'm attaching to only this bucket. Okay. Bucket and bucket inside folders. Next is what? AMI ID. Any changes are required? Creating a key pair, calling a key pair, security groups default, availability zone. Why again? Problems may come. I am instance profile, role attached for this server. I'm installing this information, and this file I'm going to upload into S3 bucket. That's what S3 permission given to IAM role. That's what IAM role attached to instance through profile. Okay, upload first echo into the valid www.html, and the same content going to copy into S3 bucket, echo file upload to S3. But this connection block will use at the time of connect and install the dependencies. Let's see what is trigger. Okay, let me run first and I'll show you what is trigger and all here. Okay, you tell me guys one thing. You will get a better clarity now. This null resource, before case, sorry, provisioner inside, local provisioner inside. If I do any changes, does Terraform is taking care? Clear or not? So if you do any change, Terraform giving zero changes. Right or not? Why this provisioner there is no separate resource, including this resource only. But unfortunately, stateful will consider till here only. This is not considering. Even you can do any changes also, zero changes, zero changes, zero changes. Zero changes means if you run apply also, this will skip. Clear? But here, the thing is very clear. Triggers concept is there in the null resource. How triggers will work? This instance ID, this instance inside, any changes will takes place. This will run. This will trigger automatically again. Clear? Otherwise, these triggers are not there. What will happen? This block will skip. Only Terraform can take care of instance created or not, zero changes or not, and something. Even apply also, it will consider till here only. Even null resource also, you can see through null resource created or deleted or not. But next time if you do any changes and run in the instance side, this will skip completely. I'll show now how it will work practically. You can understand. One database use case also will take how it will work so that we can get a clarity. 7 resources are going to be add. Null resource considering or not now? Before case, there is no action in that, right? Yeah. See triggers considering here, null resource inside. Yeah. Now keeper is creating instance, IAM profile, IAM role, S3 bucket. These and all consider as a resources. Terraform apply auto approve. Before that, let's go on the servers area. Everything is terminated. Tags equal to, I'm giving tags. Name equal to, just I'm giving. Let's go to S3 bucket. Welcome to my page, updated and deployed. Clear index.html. This is the information uploaded into S3. Okay. So now, install HTTP in the remote after connect. So EC2 should have S3 permission, role will take care. Next is start, enable and creating HTML something and print inside into this content. After that, I'm going to upload command to move this file into S3 bucket to connection. Okay. Now, let's delete. I'm just testing like this now. So my end is nothing is there S3 right? So I'm going to change here. T2 micro to T2 medium. This time my null resource will work or not. Huh? Okay, I'll do one thing. Keep as is T2.micro. Control S. Deleted object, right? Let's run now. No changes, only deleted data from S3 bucket. Let's. Tell me expected one. No change. Why? State file will track resource level. This resource we should track through trigger level. But state file not give information whether S3 inside object deleted or uploaded and all. Still, issue is there. But we can control this process by using triggers. Now manually deleted, right? Only null resource block is not null resource also don't know whether file is deleted or created. But as a file, as a resource, we can monitor here whether created or not from here. So in this case, the file now it is showing a 0 changes, right? Now what I'm going to do, T2 dot medium. How many changes it will show? How many changes? One change. Why it is not showing null resource? That will decide on trigger. See now. Now one to change instance level. When instance change, okay, let me show you better. What is E tag? E tag, S3 lambda Whoever not practicing, completely leave it, by the way. It's a different story. I'm asking whoever practicing only. Whoever not practicing, completely skip Terraform classes. Better, my suggestion is you can join after 4 or 5 days after complete Terraform. Otherwise, you may disappoint and completely jump from this batch only. Okay. ETAG concept is what? If any code changes are there, na Terraform next time apply time it will be deployed. Otherwise, Terraform always skip that. Already uploaded, right? Terraform otherwise skip that. Why stateful is not monitoring whether uploaded or not? That's what we are giving ETAG. At least changes are there, Terraform can consider ETAG process. No one changed, right? Tell me now. The change is what? EC to level change, right? Stop and start and deploy again, right? Now S3 instead file uploaded or not? Not uploaded, right? Why? I too don't know. Let's check. AWS instance ID. Uh, it should upload, right? Trigger. Okay, let's ask ChatGPT to this. Created one is this one, right? So instance ID is what? I0F1EF something is there, right? So what I have called here, when instance ID any changes will come, this null resource will rerun again. That is the meaning here. But instance ID, if I change instance type, instance ID should change, right? So it should work. Okay, let's go and this is what T2, where it is T2 medium. T2 medium. So instance created is what? So let's focus now ID changing or not. T2 medium, right? So I0F1EF, right? Okay. Let's copy somewhere. Okay, again I'm changing control S. It should work. So let's copy somewhere the ID. This is the ID, old ID, right? But when ID will change, as per the trigger policy, it should run null resource again. Instance type will change, ID will change or not? I don't know, that's what I'm asking. When instance type, if you change one type to other type, then S means S3 should work, right? This is important integration, null resource. If they want to ask little advanced level, they will take you into this level only. So come up with a good use case for null resource. Think today, tomorrow, come up with a new use case on the null resource. let's go to, so today I came to know one thing. Once you change instance type, ID remains same. Today only I came to know this concept. That's what your trigger is. This is your wish. Anything you can give. Depends on your use case. I have given instance ID. You can give instance IP. IP will change again, rerun. Or any use case. Instance is started, stop to start. It will trigger. Okay. What I am going to do, my availability zone is what? Availability zone. Okay. Let's scroll right. US East 1 year, right? You tell me if I give US East 1B or different key pair, instance will delete, right? Then ID will change, right? Let's try like this. Control S. 0 to change or 1 to change? If I close this, still able to see, right? 0 change or 1 change or 2 add? Why 2 to add? Why 2 to add this time? Availability zone change means instance ID will change again. Process will run. Clear? Otherwise, what will happen, you know? You may ask one question to me. Then why triggers automatically new instance will come, automatically it will start from scratch, right? But the thing is, if you run multiple times, different code in the resource block until EC instance, your null resource won't disturb. Understand what I'm trying to say? For example, here I'm doing modification policy, IAM policy. IAM policy means this is not related to your null resource. It is not supposed to do any changes, right or not? That's what I mentioned here. Null resource, this is related to instance. You can only run if the changes are there on the ID. If instance is deleted, for example, new instance created, okay, you can. Until other changes, no dependencies, right? IAM dependencies not there. If I create one more resource, no dependencies. And those dependencies are not related to null resource, so null resource not execute every time. Clear? If trigger is not there, what will happen is, if trigger is removed, if I remove trigger, what will happen? Every time null resource will run. Every time null resource will run, right or not? That is not good, right? Your process may initiate every time. Yeah. If I uploaded. Clear? The trigger you can add anywhere, your wish. Depends on your use case. Let's ask, give a good use case, null resource and lambda function.